What's up, everybody? George Kelly here, Keller Williams, Greater PA Region. I am your regional technology trainer and your regional data analyst, looking over the 7 different regional subregions. Let me think. 7? Let's see. Yes, 7 different regional subregions. And as always, joined by our regional director, Michele McBride. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. Regional Director of the greatest region in all of KW.
Of course.
We oversee and help support the states of all of Pennsylvania, all of Delaware, and the best parts of New Jersey, George, the southern part of New Jersey. So
Yeah.
excited to be here with all of you today. I know that many of us are working into the fall selling season, and it can be exciting because sometimes, we get that little pop in the fall. So everyone's back from, vacations, kids are back in school. And a lot of times we see a nice little run up to the end of the year, George. And I'm starting to hear some of that across the region with the interest rates maybe being a little bit more favorable. There seems to be a little bit of a change that some people are seeing.
I've had more interest in people asking about listing in November and December than I have seen in years. Like the last couple of years, Michele, especially if you analyze our data, but just the feeling on the ground, Thanksgiving hit and it was like real estate went dark. And we then were waiting till February till the lights turned back on. And then it went to mid-January, and then it went to last year. It was like January 1st, lights turned back on. I'm not even sure the lights are turning off this year.
I don't think so, George. I'm feeling pretty optimistic about what I'm hearing. I know we've had over the last 2 weeks, we've been holding our business planning clinics across our region. And it was so great to be able to see so many of you in person. So it was good to get out and see so many of you. And when I'm asking everybody, how does it feel right now, they're like, it does not feel like it has the last couple of years. It feels really good. Seems like production and all of those things seem to be holding steady. And so I'm excited about what we're going to be seeing in the next couple of months.
Now, the one piece of data that while I don't have the specific stuff to justify exactly what I'm just saying, but in talking to a lot of agents, Michele, and we saw it from NAR, the amount of contracts falling apart, the first deals, right? Not that these homes aren't making it to closing, but the amount of times that something goes under contract and the first one falls apart is like near an all-time record. And so that's why I'm advising agents right now, like, you're gonna make it to the closing table, you're going to make it to the finish line, but advise your clients that it might not be with the first contract.
I think that's always good to set expectations, George, that we're in a different climate right now. And if you are in that situation where, you might have deals falling apart or things not going the way that you want, that's where we always say, like, we have the best brokers. And we literally do, George. When you think about our brokers that we have in our region, we have the best brokers. Make sure to reach out to your local market centers, your team leaders, and your brokers. They have experience in these types of markets to help keep those deals together. So don't ever hesitate to reach out and ask for help. I know a lot of us, if you've gotten into real estate in the last 5 years, this is a new market. And so you might not have dealt with some of the things that you're seeing right now, but your brokers have. And so make sure to reach out and chat with them.
So, starting off on our success tour throughout the greater PA region, let's start in New Jersey. We are looking at a 7,500, just under 7,600 units sold, which puts us on, when it comes to units, this is as good a pace as we've ever held in South Jersey. Most years we finish the year maybe around the 10,000 mark, right? And we're on pace to surpass that. Now, Michele, all these numbers are through the first 3 quarters, right? So there's no October factored in here. This is just beginning of the year through September. and South Jersey is continuing pace.
Pretty awesome. If you add up number 2 and number 3, George, we're outpacing those two combined. And
Yeah.
so I think that Keller Williams is showing up as a dominant force in the New Jersey market. And just as a reminder, we pull all of our statistics from Bright MLS. And you can always see where we're pulling our statistics from in the counties that are listed on the slides. And so this is third party data. This is not us, right? Pulling data from ourselves
Yeah,
and comparing, right?
just pull it from the
This is
sky.
all this is bright MLS data, so we can, you can go proof our numbers if you'd like.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're a dominant force in that those southern counties of New Jersey.
And then we get to the state of Delaware. So in Delaware, 2,754 units. We are inching closer to 3,000. As of last month, we were, I think, the only brand that was over 2,000 units sold. Remax had a nice month, closed out some business, put them into the mid lowish 2,000 range. But once again, we're on close to record pace for Delaware, and crossing that 3,000 unit mark before the end of October.
It's really exciting to see the state of Delaware really showing up this year. This is not, it doesn't just happen in a year, George. This is years worth of work that those leaders have been doing, and it's very exciting to see them having a very secure number one spot for the state of Delaware.
Love it. Philadelphia City has seen about a 7.5% increase from last month to this month. But still, even when it comes to competition, you can add up number 2 and number 3 and number 4 before you get to the amount of market share that we have in the city of Philadelphia.
It's just remarkable. They're working so hard, and when I see the types of education and training and support and just honestly love that those agents get every day from their leaders, George, it's remarkable, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be where they are right now. Those leaders wake up on fire to help their agents succeed and grow and do all the things that they need to do as real estate professionals, and the proof is in the pudding. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I mean, there's been a lot of talk about. I did this. I did not make a slide for it. I wish I did, but there's the potential merger between a few different companies, and I added up the numbers of those companies. We would still be number one, even if they were all one company. Like our performance in the city of Philadelphia, our leaders deserve a ton of credits there, and the agents too. They have really bought into all working together. You don't get to that type of market share without a lot of big players coming together on an idea. Any one of our big people would be a whale somewhere else, but to us, to them, to each other there, it's amazing they work together.
I can't say anything better than what you just said, George.
Yeah. So let's move on to our top ranked in units with just over 11,000 units sold. The Philadelphia suburbs. This one here is constantly our most units sold across all the different sub-regions that we've broken down into. And Michele, this is just Bucks, Chester, Delaware, and Montgomery. So it's just those 4 counties. A lot of times, I know I've said this on this call before, when other brands try to pad their stats for the Philadelphia suburbs, they'll also pull in the greater Lehigh Valley MLS. And so we leave that out, and we'll see that on its own, but this is just those 4 counties. I mean, it's amazing that much business happens, just those 4 spots.
Over 11,000 families, right? Like that's what I think about, George, the impact that we're making on our local communities and the impact that our agents are making on their local areas. And not only just in terms of homes sold, but in terms of, the community give back that we see from the agents in that part of our regions, just so fantastic, between education days and donation and all the things that those market centers are doing. It truly is remarkable. And 11,000 units sold so far this year. Congratulations to those teams. That's incredible.
Amazing. Let's kick it down. Oh, actually, we're pushing it out towards central PA. All right. So this one, I did a little bit of back research because every year it seems like we climb a little closer to number one, a little closer to number one, a little closer. So where were we at exactly 1 year ago? Exactly 1 year ago, there was a 400 unit difference between number one and number two. Now that gap is 102 units. So we are really, really keeping a close eye on this one because I feel like when we look at the data from October and November and December and we pull that in here, Michelle, I'm just saying, fingers crossed, might be a new number one to finish the year.
I think we're going to see that, George, with some of the growth that those leaders have been experiencing and who we have been able to get into partnership with in the central PA area, in York and Lancaster and Harrisburg. I think we're going to see some really fun things. Even just go back through our page and you'll see some of the announcements that we've made. I know that the Harrisburg team just brought in a phenomenal team as well. So I fully agree with you, George. I think that within the next couple of months, as those agents are able to transition their businesses over and start to close some deals under the Keller Williams umbrella, we're going to see some big, big changes in central PA.
And I've also noticed this as a trend across our other subregions. Michelle, it's like we inch towards that number one spot, and then for a little while we barely just tick that number one. But then in the next 12 months after that, things just start to open up and expand, right? Like there's not a single area where we've taken over the number one spot and there doesn't then start to become a quick, dramatic difference between us and the rest. So that's why I'm really looking forward to that for Central PA.
Gradually, then suddenly, George. That's what we call that, right? It's
That's
all
exactly
about
right.
progress, not perfection, and gradually and suddenly, and we see those numbers change.
This is one of those areas. Jersey Shore, when they took over the number one spot in units from their competitor, the purple on this list here, right? They literally finished the year 5 units ahead of their competitor to claim that number one spot. And yet, here we are. Now you fast forward 8 months into the, or 9 months into the data, and you're seeing nearly a 200 unit separation between the two brands. And then once you drop off at the Jersey Shore, once you drop off past the second place, you can add up third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Like market share is very heavily tilted towards the two biggest brands in this market.
Yeah. This team has been such an incredible team for our region, right? You've got people with 25 plus years of experience who know what they're doing, know how to provide value, know how to educate their agents. And I think that that's what you see showing up here, George. I think
Mm-hmm.
that you see the people who know how to do it are surviving in these markets. The people who have hit hard markets before, who have survived through hard markets before, know how to train and educate agents to survive in these markets. And I think across the board, you see that, right? You see that training, the experience, the education, them being able to come together for in-person training and sit in a room with other fellow people who are doing it at a high level and share that experience and share, right? Because the shore market is a different market. It's a secondary market. And so the fact that we're still succeeding in a secondary market in today's climate, that's
Yep.
only because you have the best and most experienced agents.
And yeah, and it would be easy to look at the shore market and for me to flip this to volume, right? Because volume has remained the same. We've continued to increase in units, meaning in a market when it's tough, our agents are actually gaining more market share by selling more homes, not just for a bigger dollar amount, but actually more homes than their competitors.
That's right. That's right.
Greater Lehigh passed really just right on the dot,
Well,
2,200, passed the 2,000
200.
mark.
Congratulations to the Greater Lehigh Valley. What an incredible accomplishment so far this year, George.
Yeah. They, once again, this one here, since they have their own MLS, this one does not get pulled out of Bright MLS. This gets pulled out of the Greater Lehigh Valley Regional MLS, which allows us to look at the home sales that happen in that MLS and isolate that out from the rest of the suburbs. But if we did it like other brands, oh my gosh, we would, our Philadelphia suburb numbers would be insane.
It's
We get
really
a lot of
cool. I think
credit there.
it's a testament to the training, education, the systems, the people, all of the things across the board that they're implementing every day. Just shows up and helps our agents succeed. That's the most important thing, right? Like we share these numbers because this is agent success. And that's the one thing, George, that you and I spend a lot of time on every day is making sure that our agents are selling homes, that they're succeeding in the market today, and that they have everything that they need to have really amazing careers.
Michele, that wraps us up for the 7 sub market updates in October through quarter 3. We are going to be live again next month. I guess it would be like almost right before Thanksgiving ish, right?
It'll be right before Thanksgiving. It'll be really interesting to see the next couple of months and how we end the year, George. I'm very
Yep.
excited for some of the things that we're going to be able to talk about.
All right, everybody. See you next month.
See you next month.